Hello and welcome back to becoming the greatest mushroom farmer in the galaxy. Or also known as alien living in the alien planet. Which we've gotten a bit off camera done with the drill system. As you see here, tons of drills. Which looks pretty cool when you look at it here. It looks almost like a boring drill system. Not boring, but the boring drill system. I mean, it is still quite boring, but still, it's got the different directions, and it makes it look pretty interesting in that way. So that's going to give us the 5 height blocks that we need, which should be more than enough. It is going really, really slow, or it's stuck. I don't know. Probably stuck, if anything. But we done a little bit of super, super slow drilling for the purposes of just trying to get it further down. I think it's slightly moving. I have it set at 0.001 so that we don't completely kill our cargo containers, which we've pretty much have done. So we got a little bit of space here. So minor upgrades. We did more cargo containers to fill up the stone. We got another refinery with speed mods. Left only one assembler. And then we made another tower of turbines right over here, which we should probably add another on the other side, so that we get a little bit more power that way. Because sometimes the atmosphere is quite crappy and it's just stuck on slow, moderate speeds. So right now the turbine, I believe it's optimal, but it's on low wind currents. So wind currents, wind levels. So yeah, that's what sucks. So we kind of did want to build some stuff out here. Not necessarily on the tip here like we have with the turbines, but this is a nice little temporary placement for them anyway. So let's go ahead and start building some of that out. Yeah, so another reason why we need to build stuff is so that we can spend on the materials. Because we've been getting it too filled up in an essence. But either way, we got lots and lots of materials now, or resources. Lots of ingots through the stone. So we should be okay for quite some time. And we can start thinking about right-click drilling or terrain clearing with the drills now, since we don't necessarily need all that much stone. I mean, we are going to run out eventually, so either we continue to do so or don't. Either one works fine. All right, here's another one here. We could probably utilize a little bit of a solar panel system as well to get more power, or at least a secondary source of power when the sun's out. Which the sun's out and it's technically right around the mountain there, so it's not the greatest, but it works out okay. But of course, another thing we need to look at is how much cup crisp we have left at the same time, because up there probably has 100 or so worth, because we haven't been up there in quite some time. Let's see, how much do we have now? 55. Wow. And we got a bunch of raw foods here, so we just throw that in there. We got 38 sabroid meats already, 39 plus. Jeez. If I eat all that, I'll probably turn into a green sabroid sooner or later, right? Okay, so nothing wrong with this. So let's just let it slowly drill out what it needs to drill out. It's only got a little bit left anyway, so it's not too crazy. Our cargo is still pretty filled. Like, this is completely filled with stone. Yeah, we have lots and lots. We still got a little bit of space left, but if we go too fast, it's gonna be a little too much for the cargo container. So let's just do what we want to do, and today is to update the rover a little bit more. So we may transfer or turn this thing into a different type of rover. I'm just gonna throw it here where it's a little bit more flatter, so we can work with it. Ooh, okay, don't know if I should have done that, but okay. All right, so we no longer need the drill system. If you do need a drill system, we're probably just going to create a mining shipper, if anything. So we're going to turn the Respawn Rover into a bit of a harvester, a mushroom harvester. Because I kind of want to do that for whatever reasons. So we don't necessarily need a huge rover like it is now. So we're probably going to cut the back part here. We don't need the connector. We don't even need the modular cargo containers and these thrusters. I mean, we still might need the thrusters, but we have to put them elsewhere for now. But I'm thinking we technically don't need such a huge rover for just collecting mushrooms. So maybe we put in like a medium cargo container instead. All right, so we got a tiny little rover now, which is great. So this is where we could decide where we want to put the harvesting piece. We put in the front or the rear. The front isn't too bad, but the only problem with doing that is that it has a potential chance to kind of get destroyed fairly easily. Especially going up ramp, down ramp kind of situation. So what if we put it in the back? So the collector... Let me see where the port is. So we have the... No, it's on the side. So we could technically just throw it on the survival kit like that. Just like this. And it should be more than enough height to gather what we need. Is it too close to the wheel? Potentially, but we could also throw another wheel on the collectors itself too. Or not, I don't know. But that could work out. I also do want to change out the cockpit. I like this cockpit, but there are better ones out there. So we could definitely change that up. Wow, we have parts on the floor. Alright. I wonder how this thing is held up. Or is it even held up? This is held up by... It looks like it's held up by the battery in the back. So I should be able to cut this out without any issues. I hope. Because I want to use a different cockpit. So let's just try it out and see. Okay, that worked out pretty well. Now it has exposures to fill my bottles and everything like that too. That looks like a cool little drone too, but we're not going to utilize that. Alright, so different cockpit. So we have some options. Either the cab cockpit or the flush cockpit. Those are my favorite ones. But they're not going to bode well with these conveyor junctions here or conveyor ports there. The only one that works okay is this one, which makes it look more aggressive, which is actually pretty cool. Well, the fighter one definitely makes it look more aggressive, to be honest. That looks a little odd too. Even the industrial one looks pretty great on this too. But it has to be really, really low to the ground. And here's the cab one, which we have to be a little higher for the conveyor junctions to work properly. But even if we did it this way, it's not even terrible. I don't know. I like the cab cockpit, but the ports it doesn't work out. Should we just go with the flush cockpit then? That definitely makes it look much more aggressive, and yeah, that looks pretty cool. Got a more of a viewpoint too, except for the sides. But this works out. Yeah, that's definitely a little bit more aggressive in essence. All right, so if we want to put it back here, if we want to keep the survival kit on this, we probably do want to keep the survival kit on this. We may need to put a conveyor frame here. We could put a converter or frame, either one. I think the frame is a little bit better in this case. And then we'll put our collector right over here. So it should be pointing downwards and big port over there. And it's a little heavy apparently, so kind of dipped it down. So it makes it a little bit longer, but I was planning to put multiple collectors here. I don't know if I should now, because it seems to be a little bit on the heavy side, but if we did do it, it would be like that. Yeah, that looks kind of odd, but that's okay. And if we wanted to, we'd probably do a medium cargo container right over here. And it has a big port too. Don't know if this is going to look great or not. It probably doesn't. But we could add a wheel back here, if anything, too now. So that's the only positive about that. It does look odd, but I think it's still better than putting in the front, because if we put it in the front, it's going to get toasted when we go down the ramp. So this may very well just be our best bet here anyways. And let's just mimic this wheel structure here, which we could do. I think we'd do it here, right? That should be fine. Maybe like that. And the wheel goes underneath it. And there we go. Then we got... Oh, I hate the sound. Where are you? You're on my cockpit. Get off. Ah! Come. No? Ah, I'm running out of space. At least they got a pretty aggressive warning sound. But yeah, I need to set up some traps for this. That's probably the next one. Once I get this whole dig down, we're making some traps for these saberoids. Why not? All right, how's this looking? This looks terrible. Really, really terrible. Yeah, that's super ugly. But it's gonna be functional, I guess. We're missing some thrusters now because we took them out. So probably have to add them back. Yeah, not the greatest looking thing in the world, but it's gonna work for now. Ooh, why is it gotta be up there for the unknown signal? And we're still collecting unknown signals because we want to get all the fun Easter egg stuff as well. Let's see, do we have a good flight on here? It's not terrible. Yeah, it's not terrible. And we could use a little bit more forward thrust or anything like that. I mean, we have a lot more materials now, so we could utilize the other thrusters for side thrusting and everything like that. The flat ones. Or the fan one. Fan version. Alright, this thing's flying pretty decently. It's not crazy, but we don't have much on here. Which we're never going to carry much on here anyway, so not a big deal. But I got to check how much does the collector kind of holds in terms of liters. Here we are. So that unknown signal kind of landed right next to our previous station. Grab that once we get there. All right. So 1,500 liters, which is very, very little. All right, so that's not that bad. Enough for mushrooms. All right, we gotta stop using key to park. We could easily just do this instead. Where's handbrake? Handbrake on off right here, or park. I think it says handbrake, right? Yeah, that works fine. I mean, you could do park too, but handbrake works okay. All right, we gotta feast a little bit. Let me just park here for a second. We don't need hydrogen on ourselves. We do need to offload some meats. 57 meats. And we got these cooked meats from the station itself, so... Wow. We have tons and tons of food. 81 kelp crisp. We're definitely going to turn green. I'm pretty sure of it. Should we be eating other things? Probably. Alright, let's head back downstairs. It is nighttime, so harvesting is going to be a little bit harder to do, but we did GPS pointer all of them, so we know exactly where we're going. And the best thing about running off this mountain is that I just free fall and hope for the best. I mean, we do have to turn them back on so we don't kind of destroy anything. So let's get down, down, down. Ooh, we're coming in hot, coming in hot, coming in hot. Coming in hot. Ooh. Not too bad. All right, that worked out. All right, let's see if this works. So, a terrible upgrade, but this is something we're going to do on the side as we're waiting for the drills to do what it's got to do in our refinery to refine what we got to refine and all that stuff. But we could definitely build more rovers, trucks, ships even for our mushroom needs. But we definitely are waiting for it to kind of build out a little bit more. Do we have enough materials for lights? Interior lights, yes. We don't have for other lights. Great. And by other lights, I mean like the offset lights. These right here. We need some glass for that, which we could kind of take off from the cockpit. Probably do that. I need some better lights in the front. So I'm thinking maybe we do this. Grab a little bit from the cockpit for now. We'll rebuild that out later. But that just gives us a better lighting system. And back here, we could do interior lights if you wanted to. And just do two, one on each side. Looks fine. Just so we can see a little bit better. Because the offset one works like a spotlight, so it beams out a little bit more forward, I believe. Yeah, it looks like it does. And we can even use spotlights if we really, really wanted to. Or a searchlight. Searchlight's always fun to utilize as well, but I don't think it's really important. Okay, mushroom. Will our collector collect it? It should have enough height for it, right? It works. It definitely works. No, it didn't. What happened to it? We ran over it and it completely disappeared. Why? Alright, here's another mushroom. What just happened to it? We ran it over and broke it. What? That happens? That's a thing? Wow, I did not know that. You could break mushroom patches or forgeable items like that? Can you use a grinder and grind it down? That's a very interesting find or discovery. So, what? So if we like cook it right here. Ooh, that's super loud. Why is that? So with a oh wow, you could grind it. Oh, that's news to me. So this design is definitely terrible. So that tells me we have to put it in front. So that sucks. So I guess we can go ahead and take care of that. We should be okay to do it the way we have it now. Shoot. That sucks. Alright, so we could do it the safe way. The safe way is to put a hinge here. And put the collector in front of it. So we have, so we can lift it up if anything. So I think that's going to be our best bet here. So we'll just do it this way. So we'll plop it here. I think that'll be fine. So that's our collector, which we can angle down a little bit if we have to. I think we're fine at that height. Should be alright. We could put some things here. Yeah, that's not too bad. Now we could just go with one collector since we don't need both. We don't need too much in front anyway, so we should be fine that way. And if that's the case, we could also throw in some lights here in the front too. So do you want to put it here or here? Let's see. Throw it here. And we'll throw in the offset light here. Yep, that works out. Here we go. Now that's going to shine nice and bright in front. So hinge-wise, we don't need shared inertial tensors. We need to know the maximum height, maximum limits for going down. So down-wise, I think we should say lower limits. About -15. Probably the lowest we want to ever go, right? Well, how's that looking? Yeah, that's low enough. And then height-wise, we don't necessarily need it to go all the way up, right? So, like, that's the highest, 43. Okay, so let's just say 40. So it'll be like that, in essence. That's not too bad. All right, so if it goes up, so that way when we go up ramps, we are a little bit safer than breaking it. I would hope, at least. Yeah, I think that's the case. All right, so everything else needs to kind of go. Don't have a lot of space on here though. Alright, so let's get rid of all this randomness as well. I like rovers that are compact. I don't really like it when it's like too long or too wide. But that's just me. But if you design it well enough, it should be fine either way. So it really depends. Do I have enough mass to just merge it instead of like dismantling it? Because we will pretty much merge it on here to there. It'd be nice if we could just merge it, but I don't know if I can. Do we have enough like pistons to do this? I mean, we just need this to be done. I don't think we have enough motors. Oh, we do. Well, we have a lot of motors, actually. We do that. I don't know if we have merge blocks in terms of materials, I mean. Yeah, we merge the piston first, and then we'll cut this in half. And then we'll bring it close in the inside to be merged. Yeah, that could work. All right, is it long enough is the biggest question now. Yes. Perfect. So if I cut this, it's not going to fall apart. Yes. And that way we don't have to rebuild every small little thing. And we have the 2 merge blocks here. Going to connect directly to the survival kit. That should work out fine. All right, let's get this thing reversed. Maybe we should keep the piston to make it longer. That'll be interesting. So that's not going to connect just yet until I release this. Or I could just do detached. No? That did not work. Because it's, I think it's kind of in the way. So, there you go. I was hoping that worked out fine, but no. Either way, it still worked out. Alright, so then we do not have to rebuild everything. And we got everything fixed up. So that's still looking compact. That's not too bad. Yeah, definitely not too bad. All right, so battery wise, we could have put another battery here actually. Actually, no, we can't because the thruster's here. I don't know. Do we want to continue with this kind of design here? I kind of like that. So it takes the where's that curved block for the panels. And that is your basic rover. I don't really like where the battery is up here, but I mean, what other spots would it have been a good spot for it? Down under is a decent spot, but no real space for that. I mean, we don't necessarily need a survival kit on this, but we should have it anyways. There we go. Okay, there we go. We got our harvester going. So a hinge right here. Which is reversed. And it's got the lights and everything like that, so we can see a little bit better. Alright, so now we can go ahead and... Ooh, is it gonna hit the floor? That's quite close to the floor if we hit a bump or something. I don't know if I want to keep it that way. Hold on. Thrusters. Okay. If it becomes an issue, it'll become an issue. That's when we... change it up. But if it's fine like this, then it looks fine. Alright, that was a close call. It looks fine. But if we're worried, we'll probably do 10 instead of 15. A negative 10. Brings it up a little bit. I mean, it's not way better, but just a tad better. Right now, where are all the mushrooms that were around? A little hard to see right now because it's nighttime, but it'd be interesting if I just drive around and I just start randomly picking them up in the grassy areas. But definitely did not know you could just destroy them like a tree. That's interesting. Alright, so there should be ample amounts of mushrooms around this area. Again, it's a little hard to see. We could put a lot more lights on here if we really wanted to. But let's just test out to make sure this harvester is going to work okay as we collect mushrooms. Okay, we are coming up to it and boom. Did we finally collect it? We finally collected it and not break it. Perfect. That's exactly what we're going for. All right, we should load this thing up with some lights too so we can see a little bit better. I feel like we could just throw one there. Why not? Is it the spotlight, the one that can see the furthest though? I mean, really hate using spotlights because of the light, the lining thing. Oh wait, we have floodlights too. Don't forget that. Definitely do that. So even though we have floodlights, we could throw it up here. Ooh. Yes. We could definitely do that. Let me see something real quick. Where is that at? Yeah, let's throw that here. And here. Let's use girders though, which I don't think I have girders in here. No, we don't. We can make them, I believe. In the survival kit, but I don't think we have any mats in the survival kit. That's the biggest thing. We don't. So that's out of picture for now. But a little bit more lights is useful. Alright, I'm just gonna throw in a little bit more lights here. It is gonna run the battery quicker though. That's the biggest problem, but definitely need it. I just want to see a little bit further. Can we make the offset lights shine further out? Looks like we already have everything all the way out. I didn't even do that, did I? There we go. That's not terrible. I like that I could just raise this to make it look further too. I feel like I could add more on top so you can see a little bit better too. Let's do that. So we just need... I wonder if we could just throw in more stuff like towards the collector. Yeah, this looks like a cool little idea. You could throw in like this. I don't know if that's gonna break the mushrooms if we collect it that way, but just a random little design. Cover the box just to make it look decent. Alright, that's not too bad. And then power-wise, we could throw another battery up here if we really care to. Or we could throw in small batteries. Either one works fine. Why we have such different colors? That orange is a little different. Okay, that did not know that. So they use more of a dirty color on there. And that collector box is looking rather decent. We should head back to base since we know our harvester works a little bit better this way. We killed so many. We killed what, 3 mushrooms over there? That sucks. I know there's a few around here that we didn't mark either, but it is dark and kind of foggy in a way. So a little hard to see. Alright, so can we run into... Like right there's a mushroom. I can see it from there. I barely saw that, but I saw it. So I hope that just collected, not gonna disintegrate it with the things that's in front of it. Where was that mushroom that was right in front of us right here? But yeah, I could roam around in the dark and collect things now, so that's not too bad. We should, if we wanted to, we could probably add... Never mind. What a waste. That really sucked. All that for nothing. And did we lose the mushroom? I think we did. Where did it go? In the collector? That's gone? Alright, maybe we don't use the hinge. Just use a small conveyor junction here. And then when we put the collector, we put it forwards or downwards? Maybe downwards? I don't know. Do we want to put it forwards? It seems to be a little high for that. Potentially. But it might not be. I know it works perfectly fine this way, but if it broke as easy as we did just now, I don't know if we want to keep it that way. All that designing on the collector, and that just got completely destroyed. So just basically carrying a box in front, really, which is unnecessary, but let's just keep it that way. All right, now let's give this a shot. It's probably still gonna break because it's a little high still, but that's the risk you take for putting it over there. So, I mean, what else can we do about it? I mean, I prefer to put it in the back, but then we've run over the mushroom and it's completely gone, so that sucks. All right, moment of truth. Is this gonna work out, or are we gonna break it? We completely missed it. We just run it over and we collect it. All right, that did not break anything. But where's the mushroom? We broke it. What? What is going on? I think it broke. This is not good. Very not good. We're just killing all these mushrooms on the floor. Why did it not collect? Alright, I think I see another one right over here. Alright, let's try this again. Alright, we just hit it, but we collected it this time. Okay, that's not good. That it hits it. That's really not good. So, this sucks. Never had this problem with the other stuff, the other forgeable plants. Cause I guess it's not as solid, maybe. So do we flip this thing over to the other side then? Okay, so I can't cover this up, really. If I did, it's gonna maybe bump into the mushroom. That's something we have to be careful about. So just leave it as that and put out spotlights. All right, so that's looking, nah, it's okay. Nothing crazy. What if we did this? Ooh, that looks okay. I mean, not the greatest, but it's enough for a offset spotlight. There we go. Looks kind of dumb, but whatever. All right, let's see. Is this going to be a little bit better in terms of collecting mushrooms and not destroying them? Mushrooms seems to be a little bit more sensitive when it comes to harvesting them. All right, let's see what happens. Did that collect it? I think that actually worked out okay. All right, that worked out okay. Like, this is a nice height. So the other thing is that it is a little bit on the heavy side in the front of the collector. So even putting a wheel here would make sense. But what wheel can we even put here? Can we put like a 2x2 wheel? Just so that it doesn't like flop over too much. You try it. I mean, it probably doesn't make sense to do it, but do that. Tiny little wheel. Is that even touching the floor? I don't even think so. Is it? 2x2 wheels. It's not touching the floor. But more or less it's just to kind of keep it afloat. If we go too fast like this and stop, at least it won't flip on the floor. It'll flip onto the tiny little wheel there. That's kind of the point for that. Now, how fast can we go and gather the mushroom is the biggest thing. Will we blow it up or whatever the case may be? So we have 3 now. And if we sped up at decent speed like this at 30, did that collect it or destroy it? That destroyed it. Jeez. Why is harvesting mushroom such a difficult task? So you can't even run through it really quickly. So we have to slow down in order to harvest it. So I might as well just get out my cockpit and just like grab it myself. That sounded weirdly weird of a sentence, but okay. So yeah, that definitely seems to be the issue. We can't run over mushrooms super quickly. I was really not expecting that. That's an interesting discovery. So we gotta be gentle with our mushrooms. Huh. I think there was like 5 that we got close to and we destroyed all of them. Except for like, no, it was more than that. Alright, so the harvesting plan didn't really work out as I thought. So even going at 30 meters per second will definitely destroy it. So we got to go even slower than that eventually. Alright, so one thing I am a little concerned about is we've been doing this for quite some time and no other kind of like distress signals or anything popped up. So that's not a good sign. I think we have to travel a little bit in order for them to pop up though. I mean, we've been moving around in this field a lot, so I would hope that that would help. But I guess not. And we're gonna head back. We're gonna start digging a bit of a hole. We're gonna probably right click drill or terrain clear more than anything. And we don't have to be exactly 5 tall with the drill system. We're gonna build above it because we need room for plumbing anyway. So we need some extra space on the bottom too, and also on the top. All right, so I guess this whole harvesting idea kind of failed. I mean, it's not alright. It's not too bad, but kind of on the ridiculous side of things in terms of the rover. But the rover looks pretty decent. But yeah, you gotta be really gentle with mushrooms apparently. Not something I would have known beforehand. It should really mark the base too. I mean, we know where it is, so it should be all right. All right, it's a bit of an incline, even with the rover. All right, we're here. Let's grab everything we can out of this thing. So we got 3 mushrooms out of that whole endeavor, which is insane. And 1 spore. Okay, so I don't know if it fully extended everything. Oh, it did. Okay, perfect. So that's all the way in. So we could kind of dismantle this whole thing. I don't think we need any more stone. We have way more than enough. How are we looking anyways? That is completely disappeared. Oh, wow. We don't have that much stone left at all. That's fine with me. So the iron thing side of things, 270k. I think we should be okay to start right clicking for now. I would hope so at least. So let's bring the drill system back really quick. And I think we're in the right height to do some terrain clearing. Yeah, I think it should be fine. All right, we do have to kind of dismantle all this, and we should really upgrade our tools a bit too. We need the proficient grinder, which is silver, which I don't think I have. I know where we can find silver. Right there, 8 away. Should we go for some silver to upgrade our things? Probably, but yeah. We just need to dismantle a few of these drills anyways. All right. Ow. So we need just the middle drills, I believe. Maybe the top ones too. We definitely don't need these right over here, so we just get rid of them. Okay, so we got rid of that. I feel like we could probably keep top or right click drilling if anything. Yeah, I think it should be fine. We do need to remove these also. We don't need these. All right, we got rid of most of it. Now the question is, do we want it to right click drill a little bit too much on the sides? Probably not. I don't know how much it's gonna cut if we leave these 2 there and get rid of this one instead, or this side here. We'll probably toast out a little bit on the sides, but not by too much. I think we should be okay. Should probably just have a cockpit on here somewhere so I could just chill out. The industrial cockpit right here. Get some cover on here. Can't really see anything. Our turbines look like they're gonna fall apart sooner or later. All right, so if I right click drill from here or terrain clear, is it gonna remove too much on the side? I hope not. I mean, I don't care to really destroy this, but I could always cover it up too. It might cut a little bit, it looks like. I mean, let's just test it. Let me just do a quick right click drill here. All right, how much did that cut? Just a tad. All right, that's perfect. That's exactly what we need. So then we could just do this then with the drills. Oop. We just tell it to terrain clear mode, and then our pistons, we're gonna slowly extend. So we want it to go forward. It's right click drilling, so it's not that bad. So we could do like 0.05 or 0.5. I'll do 0.05 for now. That should be fine. Okay, let's get the drills running. Get our pistons going. And it should do pretty well. I mean, it's not going to extend too far out just yet, but we could probably go a little bit faster than that, to be honest. What just happened? Looks like it's just slowed down or got stuck. Pistons. All right, we could do 0.5. It's wiggly, wiggly, wiggly. Kind of weird, but 0.5 is a bit fast because I wanted to cut out more. I need to cut this out too a little bit. It's a little odd out there. Why are you so wiggly? You do not need to be this wiggly. How's it doing? It's cutting top pretty well, but the bottom not as much. It is forming the top, kind of what we wanted. The bottom not so much because it's not really doing much on the bottom. So that sucks. We definitely needed the layer on the bottom of drills. We can add them back on and we can stagger them too. We don't have to do exactly what we did before and just line them all up because we're not collecting them anymore. Okay, and of course we're going to do a little bit of that welding trick. Welder here, 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 here. And that's it. Get this one welded. Get all the welders on. So turn it on. And that should get everything welded up pretty easily. And at the same time, if we really care to, we could just get this going on the bottom. So we just need interior plates. We have a nice extra layer here. I don't think we're low enough with the welders to get this done, is it? Probably not. No, it's not low enough. We may have to get the welders to be pointing downwards, if anything. We also do need a top layer, too. I don't know if I want to do top layer slabs, because I think I need a bit of pipe work there. So slabs might not be the best idea on top. Although the bottom probably should have been piped too, but I think most of it's going to be on top. Maybe we just use the interior walls. It's going to be a lot, but we'll figure that out. All right, let's turn the drills on. Clear mode. How much lower is it going to cut down? All right, that's not too bad. It's not enough for plumbing, but that's not bad at all. We're going to retract it so then we can kind of make a little bit more dug up on the bottom. I don't like that it's doing that bounciness, but it is what it is. And it's daytime. Nice. All right. How is our batteries going? It's probably depleted. Oh, they're recharging now. Okay. That's good. That's gonna slowly come back. And we got a nice big hole here. So we're gonna continue to kind of do what we did before and extend the piston. So we could basically do it right next to each other if we really care to do that. But I think we should skip it and put one additional. Now, do we want to use both piston systems attached to kind of keep up the drill system? Meaning, once I get this all the way to the drills, like right around there, get it attached, do we want both pistons to be merged? So then that way it can hold it a little bit better than what it's doing now. Because it's holding, but it's a little bit on the scary side. I'll put that there. And we just get these welded up. Oh. We got two now. Come get some. Come get some. Or not. We're still bugged out. It's like they don't see me. Interesting. So that means we could potentially just run them over. Why not? Boom. Oh, okay. Maybe not the greatest idea. I mean, we could fly up. It's fine. Yeah, not the greatest idea, but might as well reserve some ammo. I don't know where the other one went. Why am I just running them over? Here, Seabroid. Oh. Yeah, you're not gonna let me run you over it, are you? Oh, I ran out of ammo anyways. Jeez. Can I ride a Seabroid? Yes, you can. Come back. I want to ride. Can we ride the Seabroid? It's like, today's been like a bit of a experimental video more than anything else. Can you stand still, please? Good, thank you. Come on. Felt like that could have worked. Come on. Don't move. Oh, come on. That was so close. Stay. Alright, I'm done with you. Come here. You weirdo. Come on, I just want to ride. Can we put a seat on you? Yeah, seriously glitched out.